Thank you. Okay, so let me start with my introduction first. Okay, so the thing is like, my name is Rohan, and I have working experience in this industry, specifically with reference to IT security products. Okay, from now almost 10 plus years. And I have worked with multiple customers throughout the globe. I have worked closely with them to understand their day-to-day requirement, deployment, manageability, what are the challenges that they come across, and have helped them, and like subsequently also have grown at the same time to know what is the best feasible solution. Okay, so what I bring onto the table is the concepts with an answer of why. Okay, why I have to go with a certain approach, right? Why not the other way around? So that is what I have tried to garner through whatever the challenges that I have worked in past 10 years, and like that is what I also bring it onto the table. So this course is for your NSE4 and 7 FortiGate firewall module. Now the name of NSE4 and 7 has been changed to Fortinet Security Associates and FortiGate Operator, right? So it's like they have changed the name now. So, but yes, more or less, it is the NSE4 and 7, which we all know about the FortiGate firewall. So, one more thing. Let's talk about that. Why I should go with an FortiGate firewall, right? So you might have noticed that most of the businesses, whether they are a small scale business or they are high-end business or maybe an SME, right? They all are focusing with reference to the FortiGate products, Fortinet products, rather, I would say that, because there are several security products that the Fortinet makes. Okay, for example, for FortiGate, which is an widely known NGFW firewall, and apart from that, FAZ, FMG, 40 APs, right? 40 auth, 40 SIEM. Okay, so there are several other products as well. So because that product has been used by mostly, it's like you can say around out of 10, you will find 8 to 9 customers are like dealing with the Fortinet products. So that's why the demand for the skill enhancement in terms of the FortiGate firewall is at peak. Okay, so if you know how to manage your devices with reference to the FortiGate firewall, you are anyhow seeking candidate for security profile jobs. Next thing is like apart from those certifications and all, right? See, FortiGate firewall is a next gen firewall. Okay, and it is a device which carries almost all the features. That means you can think of a FortiGate firewall as a combination of SD-WAN plus router plus switch, okay, plus your authentication features plus IPS functionalities, and of course what the firewall does best, that is inspection, right? So you combine all these features, and that is what you have in the FortiGate firewall. You can do anything. So knowing the FortiGate firewall also helps you to build up a very strong confidence in terms to manage any other next gen firewall. Okay, like I said that I have worked on multiple security products. Okay, so I have been associated with many firewalls in there. Like for example, I've worked on SRX, Palo, FortiGate, even the Sophos. Okay, and now I'm working on one of different security products as well, which I cannot name right now, but more or less the functioning, the basics, the core concept, okay, how they work is same. Okay, the only thing that will vary is the GUI interfaces, command lines, how to read the debugs. That is what actually varies. But the base core concept of each and every product of an NGFW, that is going to be the same. So if you know the FortiGate firewall from start to the end, you will find yourself in a place where you can learn any other different next gen firewall within weeks. Okay, now that being all said, okay, I see some messages. Let me just go through that. Okay, yeah, good morning. Okay, let me share the screen, as in who should go with this course and all, right? So just give me a moment, please. So just let me know once my screen is visible, please. Screen is visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Now see, the thing is, okay, where is my pen? Here it is. Okay. See, it's like, what is the prerequisites, right? That, hey, is this course meant for me or not? My like background is different. I'm from routing background, or maybe I'm from an IT infra background where I have mostly worked on servers, managing the PCs and all. So I'm like looking in on to transition from that IT infra to the network domain. So is this course for me? Will I be able to grasp all these terms, concepts and all, or not, right? So these questions come into our minds and all, right? Now, to answer that, see, if you have got a basic understanding of the common terms, okay, not much, but let's say you know what the IP is, okay, what is the MAC address, what is the significance of the MAC address, right? If you know what is the ARP table, right? If I have to check whether I am able to reach to the internet or not, that means I have to ping something, right? So what is ping, right? So if you know these basics, ABCD of the systems, this course is for you. Okay. See why? Because in this course, you anyhow, the NSE4 and 7 module says that the candidate must be able to configure, manage, and troubleshoot the device. That means we will start from the basics, that what the firewall is, how it is built, what it does with the packet, and then we will try to progress further into depth of the FortiGate firewalls. So that means our concepts are going to be starting from the basics only. Okay, so I don't need it's like, even if you do not have something, a vast background, or even a like minor background of networks and all, that's fine, but you should be able to understand the terms like IP, ARP, MAC addresses and all, because when I will tell you the concepts, and if I am writing that, okay, hey, the system A has an IP of 192.168.1.10 and it wants to reach to 8.8.8 on DNS port 53, so that should make sense to you, right? That, hey, what is DNS port 53, right? TCP UDP, right? So if you know all these, fine, this course is for you. Okay, OSI model, in short, what I'm referring to, OSI model, right? Correct. Like in layer 3 we have IP header, in layer 4 we have TCP UDP headers, and likewise, correct? So those things should be making sense to you. When I say that, okay, hey, what is layer 2 device, what is layer 3 device, I'm saying that, hey, your FortiGate firewall can act as a layer 2 as well as layer 3 device. So that term should make sense to you. Although I will be covering the basics, no worries onto that part. Okay, but if you have the knowledge about these basics terms, mostly with reference to OSI, what is OSI? Okay, this course is for you. That is the minimum requirement I want. Okay, now see, it says now that this course assumes that you have a basic knowledge of networks, right? So that is what I'm talking about. Okay, you should know about IPs, MAC, SIs and likewise. Okay. Now see, the next thing is, come on. Okay. Now see, in this slide, I have distributed based upon the older structures only NSE4 and 7 because it combines these two, right? So I would straightly jump to the course modules, what is there in the NSE4. Okay, so whatever you are seeing right now on the screen, section 1 and section 2, okay, these two are NSE4 content. Okay, so now let's see here. It is saying that we have to get an introduction of our firewalls. What is the initial configurations? That means if I have got a brand new box, so what to do with it, right? You want to configure. So if you have to log in onto a brand new firewall, what are the default username and password? Onto which port you should connect your cable to? What is the default management IPs, right? So those basic stuffs will be covered in here. Okay. Next is concept of security fabric. Okay, firewall policies concept, how you will be using the policies, where you have to configure the policies, and the most important question is why I need to configure the policy, right? So all those things will be addressed in here. The concept for NATing as in source NAT, DNAT, patting, the entire NAT, whatever the NAT is there, we will be covering all that. Okay, firewall authentication means admin management. Okay, this is something which we always take on a lighter note, and I will tell you when in the course when we will start this topic, I will give you also a real-time examples how if your admin password is compromised, okay, how that will lead to a bigger threat. Okay, how that is a very major breach into your network. Even we have a common habit to save the password onto our browsers, right? We do save the passwords onto our browsers. So if you do that onto your corporate networks as well, how that has led to one of a major hack into one of a prominent institution of India. Okay, so those examples I will be quoting onto there, and like we will try to build up a sense why this is very important, and we should be very, very careful how we are defining the accessibility and manageability of our firewall. Okay, loggings and monitoring, this is more important because this is where it will let us know that what is going on onto my device, what happened, what went right, what went wrong, right? So we will see what are the options, tools we have to understand the logs and how we can monitor overall health and status of our device. Okay, how our device operates when it starts dealing with a certificate, how the certificate is useful to achieve security. Okay, how the certificates are responsible to maintain the confidentiality, integrity of my data when I'm sending it within my network or maybe outside my network. So all these things will be covered into the certificate operations of the FortiGate firewall. These things are called UTM features. There are a few more, okay? But web filter, application control, antivirus, IPS, these are referred as, common term is UTM, Unified Threat Management, okay? Some other notable UTM features are your video filter, file filter, email filter. Okay, those are other types of UTMs which we also will be covering into this course. Okay, SSL VPN. Okay, so it's like how you will be able to configure and like manage your SSL based VPNs. Routing. In routing, what we will be focusing on is OSPF, BGP, PBR, okay, and of course the static routes. Okay, that is what we are going to focus in the routing section. Okay, we have an SD-WAN concepts as well. We will see what is the use case of an SD-WAN, how to configure and like manage it. What is the concept of VDOMs? Okay, site-to-site VPN. See another VPN covered here, site-to-site VPNs. And here, when we say site to site, we are talking about site to site static as well as dynamic. Okay. And we are also talking about dial-up. Okay. So all these VPNs will be covered in here. HA, that is clustering. Cluster concept will be covered. Okay. That what is the use case of cluster? How does a cluster works? We will be covering all that basics. Proxy functioning of the device, as in flow based or like proxy based, that will be covered. And last, basic troubleshooting. That means you should be able to perform a basic troubleshoot. If something is going wrong or something is not working as you have configured, then you should be able to at least pinpoint that what could be the possible reason. Okay, so that is what the thing is. Now see, these are the contents that is required to be covered in the NSE4, right? Now let me quickly jump onto the NSE7, but like before that, just let us go through a common thing here, right? Like it wants us to know about initial configurations, firewall policies, NATing, authentications, logging, certificates, UTM features, right? VPNs is also covered here, correct? And routings is covered, SD-WAN is covered, site-to-site VPN is also covered, cluster is covered, right? Now let me quickly show you the content for NSE7. Okay. Come on. Okay. Now see, this is the NSE7 content. Okay, this is the NSE7 requirement. What it asks, what it says, that what we have to learn. Security fabric. I believe this was also part of NSE4, right? Correct. Architecture is a new one. Okay. Traffic and session monitoring. Logging and monitoring was there, right? So more and less is the same thing, right? Okay. Routing was also part of NSE4. FortiGuard is a new thing. Okay. HA was the part of NSE4. OSPF, BGP were part of routing, which we have to cover in NSE4, right? Web filter, IPS, these were part of UTM, which we saw in the NSE4. So that is also part of NSE7, right? IPsec VPN was also part of our NSE4, correct? AD VPN is a new, it's an addition in here. SD-WAN was also part of our NSE4, right? So that means if you try to compare between NSE4 and 7, you will find out 1, 2, 3. 3 topics are new, but rest all are same, right? Yes or no? So the point is then why you are having NSE4 and 7 in there? What is the difference in that, right? The difference is the extent of knowledge. Let me take a simple example. Okay, let me take an example of web filter. See, if you have a knowledge for an NSE4, okay, the NSE4 says that if a candidate has completed the NSE4 level knowledge, that means the candidate can configure the web filter. He can also do the basic T-shoot on the web filter. That means if something is not working, he can like verify the configuration. Maybe he has done some mistakes, or maybe something else needed to be configured onto to achieve a certain requirement. He can do it. That is what the NSE4 claims. But NSE7 says that apart from that, the candidate should also be fully aware as how the web filter functions. See, I want to block a website. Okay, fine. I will go into the web filter configuration. I will create google.com action block, done. I will then call that web filter into the policy and it will start blocking. Fine. That's NSE4. But if I ask you, how is the web filter blocking the traffic? What is the backend functioning, right? Someone sent some packet, right? How does the firewall know that this packet belongs to Google or is related to Google and he has to block it? How does the firewall know that, right? What is going behind the scene? That is the knowledge of NSE7. Okay. So this is why NSE4 and 7 module contents you will find almost same, okay, more and less, and it's all about the extent of knowledge. And this is why this course is designed in a way so where we are going to club these two things in a single course. Why? Because let's say we start web filter as a topic. So it does not make sense that I simply tell you what the web filter is and then, hey, this is the way how you will configure it and then move next. That doesn't make sense, right? If we are starting any topic, we will start it from basics and we will go up to the extent of NSE7, right? So we will complete the web filter as per NSE4 and 7 both. Okay. So this is why we have clubbed these courses. Make sense what I'm saying? Yes, no, something? Pin drop silence?
Yes, sir. Yes. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, I see in the chats responses. Okay, thank you. Now, see here. So it's like that is how the course is designed. Okay, so as I said, it's like my way to take the batch is to focus on the concepts. Okay, configuration is not a problem. You can simply do a Google search and you can find it out. To be honest, okay, if you are here taking the classes from me, I am here not to tell you about configurations, which is already there in the Google. Okay, just do anything, Google search, okay, hey, web filter configuration, FortiGate, press enter, you will find the links, okay, how to do that. Okay, you don't need some separate classes for it. But what you need the classes, why you are here is to have the concept. How does a web filter works? Because once I learn the web filter on the FortiGate firewall with reference to its functioning, concepts and all, that means I can work on web filter no matter which product I am going to work in future. That may be Palo, that may be SRX, that may be any other NGFW firewalls. So that is not going to be a problem for me. Okay, so the core concept is what matters. Okay, and like that is what we will try to build it here. Okay, so this is all about the course models and all, and like what is the main focus on to this course, what I am going to have on to this. Now, apart from this, coming to the batch timings and how the batches will be taken further and all. So this is going to be a weekend batch, which will happen on Saturday and Sunday, from 9 to 1 o'clock. Okay, so that is what the timing is. So only 2 days a week and 4 to 5 hours of classes. Okay. Now, apart from that, see, the common thing is like, hey, how we will be doing the questioning. It's like, let's say you have some doubts and all, right? So how you will be clearing onto that part. So in my classes, you can ask your questions anytime that you feel like. No worries onto that part. Okay, no worries, no point to wait. Okay, I will ask at the start of the class, at the end of the class, at the mid of the class. Don't wait for that. Okay, there is something bugging your mind, speak it out. That's all. Okay, speak it out. We will try to solve it out then and there. Okay, it is going to be a two-way communication. It is not going to be a one-way communication that I am just talking about anything and like you just start listening to it. Okay, and second foremost, whatever we will discuss in the class or whatever I will try to establish a statement in terms of concept, it's my responsibility to prove that in the lab. So lab is very, very important in this class. Okay, whatever I will tell you, I will show you in the logs, do the lab, and what you have to believe is the logs. It's not my words against yours or yours against mine. Okay, it is never like that. Okay, you don't have to believe anything what I say unless I have proven to you in the lab. Okay, we will see how it functions. We will read the logs. We will prove that, okay, fine, yes. So what we learned in the theory, this is how it is proven in also in the lab. Then how we will say that, okay, hey, this topic is completed now. Okay, so theory followed by the lab for each and every topic. That is how we are going to do. Okay, we have a cloud-based lab. Let me show you that as well. Just give me a moment. I will just quickly show you the lab as well, just a demo. Just give a moment. Okay. Let me just open the page where I can show you. Just give a moment, please. In meanwhile, if anyone has any doubt, please ask me. Any questions that is bugging your mind, just let me know.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Good morning, Upendra this side.
Hey. Yeah.
This batch is fully English or combination of Hindi?
Both. Okay, see, the main language is English, okay, but in let's say there is someone who is not getting the concept of it, right? So I can rephrase or like tell the same concept in Hindi for that candidate, not a problem. But I only understand English or Hindi, no third language, okay? But the main communication for this batch is going to be English because we have the candidates from several regions, right? So English is the common language in there. But if someone is like let's say for an example, you ask that, hey Rohan, I'm not able to get what you said. Can you please rephrase that in Hindi? I can do it for you, not a problem. Okay.
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 My question is, after getting this session complete firewall training, at what level